It's 3 a.m., fam. It's 3 a.m. Mm-hmm. But I got something to do, straight up. So, um, went through the slate a little bit already here. Um, we'll definitely, uh, we'll definitely. Let me get this shared up real quick. Yeah, went through the slate already, man. So, uh, you know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Let me share this up real quick. This is gonna be a little bit different now. Like I said, it's 3 a.m. If you're new to this channel, I usually go live in just every morning, right? I need to start coming in here, dropping a few picks, and then getting up out of here. Research sites that I'm using is Doink, and I'm using this is Doink right here, and I'm using Game Day Insights, right? So I got a bunch of plays to the side right now because I'm gonna be busy tomorrow. So like I say, if you're new to this channel, I go live every day. So start from the top here. Um, I think we got like 9 games on the docket, right? So I'll give you guys a few officials that I got, and know these plays. A lot of these plays that they pretty much researched and went through, and I'll show you how I went through a few of them, but I'm not going to show you how I went through all of them. Right now, I got 40 plays over here to the side, as you can see, and I'm gonna tell you which ones gonna be officials. I'm gonna tell you which ones that's you know. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about all of them. All right, so first play here. Looking at this Washington game here, um, favorite play from this game is probably gonna be Denny Avija, right? So I do got him set to the side here. Let me see. Well, I got Keyshawn George set to the side here. Let's see what we can do. Can we get this pulled up, or will it throw down for me? Mm. What is this autofill feature? This is different. Okay, I know what that is. All right, so anyway, that's probably because I'm on this game. So right now, Denny Avija, his rebounds and assists, right? His rebounds and assists is sitting at 10 and a half. I mean, 11 and a half. I mean, it's pretty much self-explanatory, man. Going up against this Washington team, at the end of the day, um, he's just coming off a game with 19 rebounds and assists. This is his old team. You could take the rebounds and assists, uh, PRAs, anything like that. With the line sitting at 11 and a half, I'm willing to take my chance. Like I said, you can take the PRAs, points and assists, or anything of that nature, right? So don't have any historical numbers here. But because, like I said, he did play for this team last year, and it's other things that you could look at here was the hit rates and stuff like that. 7 to 10 to the three ball at 1.5. His line is sitting at minus 120. His points line, people went small forwards or power forwards, whichever one you want to look at them. But right here, looking at the small forward spot, um, guys I've went over this line is 6 of 10, right? So at the end of the day, I really like this play. With no Aiton and no Robert Williams, he should be able to get minutes all across the board. Whether it's at the 4, whether it's at the 5, things of that nature, right? So it is what it is. Let me see something here. Looking at the small forward position here. Washington power forward. Last 4 weeks here. Washington. Okay. in general, over the course of the season, Washington, they pretty much green, right? No positionality, green in every spot, points, rebounds, whatever the case may be. So I'm not going to talk about a lot of these players, but I'm just going to leave you with this here, right? So Denver Avija, I have him set to the side here. You can look at his points, like I said, PRAs, whatever, fancy score, all of that, right? I also have Keyshawn George, 1.5 threes. You could take a look at that. Um, let's see. Donovan Clingan, I have his rebounds there. And let's see, Keyshawn George should be right here. Hmm. Should be at the power forward spot. Okay. So Keyshawn George, he's over this line in 8 of his last 10 games. It's almost getting to a parlay piece right now. The rebound line at 4.5, he's over this number in 6 of his last 10 games, and the hit rates for the points, threes, and the rebounds are pretty much looking pretty good on the Portland side from the power forward position. So you could definitely look at those things, right? So just to keep it moving, I just want to keep it moving because I do want to get to bed. Um, I do have Klingon rebounds there. It's a strong lean towards the over. We already know how Washington can get versus centers. Now, Denny Avija, his assist prop, is sitting at 4.5. Right now, you're going to get plus money for that. Um, this could be a spot where you could definitely. This could be one of those spots where you could live bet him, or you know what I'm saying. He does have triple double upside, whether it comes with points and or assists. So at the end of the day, it is what it is. Sliding it over here to the assist prop. He's only over this number 4 of his last 10 games, but um, um, teams players are over this line if 6 of their last 10 games, right? And at this position, and like I said, minutes equal opportunity, he will be out there, right? So right now you're getting plus 120 on his 4.5 assists here. It's just like it is what it is, right? Yeah, early cooking, bro. Early cooking. So I'm just definitely going through the motions. I went through all these plays, but I'm just dropping them right now, and I'm getting out of here. I'll let you know which one's official. Rebounds and assists, PRAs, whatever you want to look at for Denny Avija should be in play here. And like I said, right now, if you're feeling froggy, you can get his 4.5 assists for plus 120. It just is what it is. You notice this is old team, so it is what it is. Let me keep it moving though. A lot of plays are in play here, but I'm gonna just keep it moving. I ain't gonna go into all the plays. I ain't gonna go into all the plays. But like I said, right here where we at, Keyshawn George, I like the spot at 1.5 threes. Avija, 11.5 rebounds and assists. I'm only on this one. I'm only on this one. I'm trying to breeze through it because I'm trying to go get in the bed, bro. But Denny Avija, 11.5 rebounds and assists. His regular assist line, if you want to jump on that, pause. Klingon, he's in the developmental stage. I would love to see him get. I would love to see him get. Um, I would love to see him get 30 minutes. He's getting there, right? So it is what it is. Next game here we're going to be looking at is going to be the it's going to be um, the Toronto and Indy game. Now, when I click this, it's supposed to go straight to the game. I don't know what's up with that, man, but hey, let me go ahead and go to it just like this. Now, it's a multitude of spots that we can look at in this game, right? I already got them set to the side. A lot of these plays, you take what you like, leave what you don't. Does not mean they're going to hit because I'm giving them to you, but I'm giving you reasons and I'm giving you visuals on how you might want to, just in case you might want to attack them. First and foremost, we're going to start with Emmanuel quickly. Um, went with his assist prop tonight, and I went with his threes. He bombed on the threes, but he hit with the assists. Now, this is a back-to-back, right? So that's one thing you got to take heed to. Another thing here, looking at this assist prop right now, his assist prop sitting at assist prop sitting at 5.5 at a minus 118. Um, Point guards have went over this number in 9 of their last 10 games, so I love the spot. This is a spot play. I got his assist props over there just for being the spot play. Versus Indy, you can see some of his numbers versus Indy. He's 3 of 6 to this number, so he's 50%. Also have his rebounds over there. Historically, he's rebounded the ball well versus this team, right? So what's up? What's up, Z's? Historically, he rebounded the ball well versus this team. So you can look at the rebounds there, right? So it's a pace-up matchup for them. I like the spot for the assist though more than anything. So the assist props is looking like some way to go, a way to go. And then, like I said, if you want to get to a rebounds and assists or something like that, you can be my guest, right? So it is what it is. The three ball, um, he's over this number is he's over this number in 5 of his last 10 games. Players in general are over this number in, 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 in 7 of their last 10 games. So at the end of the day, I'm looking at the assists and I'm looking at the threes for Emmanuel quickly. Fact checking that. We're going back over here. We're looking at the point guard position here. Then we're going to go over here to Indy, right? Over the course of the season, Indiana giving up the one, two, three, fourth most points to the point guard position, and then the assists. So the assists, they're giving up the one, two, three, fourth, fifth most assists to the point guard position, and then the threes are in play. So everything's checking out. Everything is checking out right now. Those numbers are across the whole season, and then these numbers right here, what we're looking at, are the last 10. Right? These numbers here are the last 10 games for this for the Pacers defense, and it's just letting you know that things have been consistent throughout the season. Um, Versus Indy here, like I say, the rebounds have been there. He's 50% to this assist number, and then the threes, he's 50% to this three number as well. So it's a multitude of ways that you can look at it. But I'm me personally, like I said earlier, before they played that game today, I'm, they got more mouths to feed, right? So I'm looking at Manuel quickly for the assist prop right now, and they got more mouths to feed, like RJ Barrett and things like that. So I'm looking at the assist prop and I'm looking at him to make the threes. He did not get to his threes today. Um, Now, for the sake of saving some breath here, look at these numbers. Historically, RJ Barrett has looked great versus this team, okay? The rebounds, the assists, even the threes. He's above 50% in all three of these categories. He's looked pretty good. These are numbers versus Indiana, right? Some of these combo numbers, points plus assists, points plus rebounds, rebounds, assists, da 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 da, right? But when I uncheck that filter, and then some of his numbers here in general still look good, especially his last 4 games. In the month of February, he's been looking great, especially to this 20 and a half number. 22, 23, 29, 27. Can he sell? Yes, he can sell. 4 of his last 5 games, he's hit his three-point prop, and then he's 7 of 10 to his rebound prop. That looks like a PRA, rebounds and assists, shit like that. But at the end of the day, he's looking pretty good in those regards. Um, so now, what do I like to target power forwards versus this team, Indiana. Um, as we can see over the course of the season, looking at the power forwards here, the rebounds in general, they are giving up double-digit rebounds to the power forward position over the course of the season. You can see some of their numbers right here. Um, Indy, 23 points, rebounds, whatever the case may be, right? Even if we filter this to lately, how about the last month, right? See how they look versus power forwards the last month. Mm, Look a tad bit better, huh? How about points? So they look a tad bit better than last month, but at the end of the day, I still like the spot. Um, now, uh, historically versus Indiana, Scotty Barnes here looked pretty good, right? Let's see some of his historical numbers here. If it would come on, man, because I need to go to sleep. So, he's got 20 points or better in 5 straight games. That's pretty good right there. The rebounds look really, really good. 9 rebounds or better in five of his last 6. That should give you all you need to know. You can look at him for rebounds, and assists, and things like that. These are head-to-head numbers versus Indiana. Some players just have a knack for playing certain teams. I like the pace that this game could be played in, so it is what it is, right? He looks pretty good. Rebounds, power forwards lately, last 10 games, they over their rebounds versus this team at 7.5 and 8 out of their last 10 games. So as you can see right here, they got a monster hit rate on the rebounds, and he has a personal monster rate on the rebounds versus them. So that's why I really like this spot. Okay, so whatever you want to do, his rebounds are definitely in play, right? So that was my initial take there. Um, Now, keep in mind, these the Raptors are on a back-to-back. Okay, so that's something that you definitely need to take heed to. I thought Jakob Poeltl was going to play yesterday, but it is what it is, right? What else do I have in this bet slip? So I have for this game, you can look at Scotty Barnes' rebounds and assists. His rebounds, Emmanuel Quickly 5.5 assists, Emmanuel Quickly 2.5 threes. Tyrese Halliburton, okay. Tyrese Halliburton 2.5 threes and or points because at the end of the day here, um, they don't have nobody. Jared Allen over on points. They don't play. They don't play today. They don't play. Cleveland ain't playing today. But at the end of the day, though, you can look at Tyrese Halliburton from shit, and he's questionable too. So keep an eye out for this news. If he plays, you can look at his his threes. He's been on fuego from lately from beyond the arc. He's hit his 3 ball at 2.5. This is a parlay piece, by the way. At 2.5 and 7 in his last 10 games. Head to head versus Toronto. Some of his numbers probably do look good. The threes, he's 4 for 8 to the 3 ball, and his rebound prop is 5 for 8. But at the end of the day, he's going to get a lot of usage. The reason why I do like him, even if you want to look at points, because the backcourt, right? They can't. I mean, an aggressive Tyrese Halliburton. Sometimes you gotta look outside the lines. They can't guard him, right? Neither Grady or Quickly, they can't guard him. I just, I mean, but he ain't no hell of a offensive player. But with the volume, I think he can get there. So it is what it is. Looking at the threes, why I really, really, really like the threes is because versus the point guard position, um, Toronto, they are really green, right? And over the course of the season, first of all, you can look at raw points. Toronto giving up the third most points. They green in the rebounds, green in the rebound chances, green in 3 pointers made, and green in 3 pointers attempt. That's a recipe for somebody like Tyrese Halliburton to at least go out there and hit his numbers. Just doing some glorified game log watching, um, you can see that I would say Aaron Naismith, which I'm probably not going to bet this, but he's in a good spot to hit his rebounds. Miles Turner. Miles Turner, yes, right? I'm taking his threes. If anybody knows me, I take his threes all the time. So right now, he's hit his 1.5 3 at a parlay piece, in 9 of his last 10 games. Yes, give it to me, right? I've been playing it, so it is what it is. Um, Pascal Siakam, I'm gonna take a chill pill on him, right? So I'm bringing this to you guys in same game parlay atmospheres, all that, right? So um, now, uh, getting here to the Atlanta game. I'm gonna go to the Atlanta game. First of all, well, I'm gonna go to the Atlanta game right now, right? So what I got for the Atlanta game? what I came up for the Atlanta game is self-explanatory. Now, one thing I don't want to forget about, I'm gonna go straight there, right? First of all, we're gonna look at defense first position, and just like it came to fruition last game, we're gonna look at because some teams they play defense certain ways and they leak in certain ways, right? So, power forwards, we're gonna look at the threes, and we're gonna look at Miami. Miami over the course of the season, they're giving up the fifth most threes to the power forward position, right? They're in the green at 2.5. So, we're gonna go to the bench, and we're gonna go to the bench. Would you please load up the bench? Thank you. Now, so we loaded up the bench, and then we're gonna go to which we don't have lines out for him, but we're gonna go to George's Niang, right? So this is a rematch, right? They just played these guys. I'm gonna go versus Miami, and boom, right? So versus Miami, he's hit multiple threes versus Miami in one, two, three, four, five, six, seven straight games. 6 of those 7 games, he had three threes or better. Now, so that's the word right there. I'm definitely looking at him, to hit his three ball, right? Um, now he, in general, he does have, three more than three upside. I mean, four threes right here versus Washington, four threes versus New York, seven threes versus Detroit, so on. So it is what it is. He's somebody that I'm not gonna forget about. Now, getting back to the regular lines here, I think I pretty much I ain't gonna say overlooked, but I sidestepped the Miami players, in this one. But it is a rematch. Now we're gonna go back to the defense first position, and then we're gonna look at the point guard position, and then we're gonna talk about Trey, right? So what does Miami do over the course of the season? Second most assists to the point guard, and they're green in the three at three ball, right? So they give up the second most assists to the point guard over the course of the season. They give up the third most threes to the point guard, along with they green in the 3 point attempts. They green in assists. They green in rebound chances. Green in rebounds and 25 points. That's over the course of the season. Now I rewind it back here. Um, Trey. Trey had been on the tear up until this is a rematch. They just played, but he still did, things what he had to do. I did not look and see his numbers historically, but so historically the rebound prop has been there. It's at a parlay piece right now at 2.5, right? So point guards over the last 8 of the last 10 games versus Miami has went over three rebounds, 8 of the last 10 games, including Trey on February 24th. Uh, you can go back to the well if you want to. Now, wait, let me filter that back towards. This is versus Miami right here. Now, sliding it over here to the assist prop. Historically, he's been dropping dimes on their ass, right? 5 of 8, he's hit this assist line. It's at 10.5 right now. Um, um, Look at this shit. 9 of the last 10 point guards have hit their assist prop versus this Miami team right here. So that just that should just give you. And then this is the last 9 of their 10 games, right? Then if you go back to the defense for first position, this is over the course of a full season. So they still giving up the assists, like all season long. So at the end of the day, that's definitely in play. Dyson Daniels, here's his rebound totals versus this team. He only faced this team 3 times. Um, last 6 of their last 10 games, they've given up 5.5 assists. Um, if I look in general, Dyson Daniels has been on fire. These are his last 10 numbers right here. He's hit his rebound prop at 5.5 in 7 of his last 10 games. He's averaging 12 potential rebounds. I mean rebound chances right there. So the average shooting guard versus them is averaging 13, 13 and a half rebound chances, which I didn't know. That was high as hell. That's pretty high. But at the end of the day, damn, so Guards are rebounding like a mug versus them. I ain't even really didn't peep that. Mm. But no, you know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let me reiterate that. Let me reiterate that. And I need to reiterate that one for Trey Young too. So I have filters here, right? Filters are still on. So I'm absolutely sorry, right? So at the end of the day, I have it filtered to 10 rebound chances, and guards are over six of their last 10, and with that filter on. And then Trey Young is averaging. I'm sorry, guys. Trey Young is averaging. He's averaging a whopping 21 and a half potential assists. I have this filtered to. Um, I'm so sorry. I have this filtered to. I can't forget that. Dang, I can't forget that. I have this filtered to 18 potential assists. Now, keep in mind, he's averaging 21. So I took off three and a half. So people who are averaging 21, I have it set at 18. So everybody's over, right? Everybody's over. If you just want to look over this line, which is a pretty nice, decent line, it's a pretty decent line, but it's only like 1 for 10. Their last 10, right? And that's Trey. So at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. I messed that up. My fault. And I didn't even touch on any of these other guys. I ain't even gonna lie, right? I ain't even touch on any of these other guys. How much time? We're going for 26 minutes. I'm gonna get around. I'm gonna get around to this. I'm gonna get around to this, right? So, um, I mean, OKC versus Brooklyn, right? So, I mean, no Claxton, number one. So his lines aren't out, but I'll be looking at Davion Sharp, right? He'll be the center. So I'm gonna be interested to see what his lines are gonna come out at. So that's one thing. Um, Cam Johnson is questionable. So at the end of the day here, um, this number is going to keep dropping, right? They're going to get ready to probably blow the doors off these guys, man. So you can look at like a 31 plus, right? You're going to get a 31 plus for about plus 420. Now it was 380. It was 380. It was plus 380. So it's, you might get some people out in the tomorrow. So that's something you can look at. But if you just got to take a prop, you just really want to take a prop, I've been playing that 14 and a half points for Chet. I've been playing that 14 and a half points for Chet. I've been playing that. But if there's a blowout, he's probably going to be the first one to go, right? So I'm just letting y'all know, right? Now, I'm deleting Cam Johnson, even though I had him up here because power forwards have been rebounding the ball versus this team. Okay, so it is what it is. Now, the Bulls, the Clippers versus the Bulls. So, um, long story short, because I want to try to get out of here, I want to be all day, right? You guys know I looked over all this shit, right? And then we've been doing this shit all year long. So look, um, James Harden assist prop is at 8.5. I like him at 10, right? No Norman Powell. Chris Dunn, off sheer volume of being out there for a long time, the 4.5 rebounds are in play. He's hit this number. You're getting that plus money right now. I think he's hit this number in like three straight games, right? Kawhi Leonard, 2.5 assists. This play is a parlay piece at a minus 180. Um, I mean, the Bulls are small, right? No Vucevic. The Bulls are little, man. Speaking of them being little, Kawhi Leonard's rebounds are in play as well. I forgot to put that over there, right? Now, Josh Giddey, the 1.5 threes for him. And if you want to get to everything else, I mean, his numbers are really, 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 really up there now because he has been kicking butt. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, yeah, this Josh Giddey, Yeah, so yeah, they got a lot of people out, man. Me personally, I'm from Chicago. They my Bulls, things of that nature. But I'm probably gonna stay away, right? Because I don't want to fuck things up. I haven't been betting it, and it is what it is. But I did mention the three for Kawhi Leonard there, and the rebound, the rebounds, because um, Bulls have been terrible versus power forwards here. They haven't been the best, right? So Chicago numbers versus power forwards are green, 24 and a half points, 11 rebounds, da 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 da, right? So I like that. At the end of the day, that's what I do like that. And then James Harden, you're looking at the assist prop here. To the point guard position, Chicago's given up the most assists in the league over the course of this season to the point guard, right? So it is what it is, right? Then you're gonna have I didn't even I didn't even put I didn't even put I didn't even put Zubac down there, right? So Zubac is definitely in play. So it's a lot, man. It's a lot for sure. So Zubac, Chris Dunn, Kawhi Leonard. I mean, like I said, the Josh Giddey's. If you want to get to Josh Giddey, be my guest, right? This number here. Um, Looking at the 3 pointers here, the 1.5 at minus 125. Josh Giddey's has hit this number in 8 of his last 10 games. And then versus this team's defense has given up eight, the same thing, 8 of their last 10. So the 1.5 threes could be in play here for him. Lately, he's been a monster, right? I couldn't talk about any of his numbers. They're just so high right now, right? He might be teetering on a sale, right? He could be teetering on a sale, or maybe not. So, it is what it is, right? Um, whew. Bruce Ellis. Power forwards have been going out there rebounding. I'm not betting it, but the spot looked good for Bruce Ellis to get 4.5 rebounds. I did add the points plus rebounds, but like I said, I'm not betting it, but the spot did look good. Jordan Clarkson 2.5 threes look scrumptious, right? Um, Jordan Clarkson. Let me say. Let me just. Okay, so look. Let me pull this up real fast first. Um, Player props there, and then let me go over here, and then we're gonna look at some numbers, right? So Jordan Clarkson, 9 times out of 10, he'll be playing the two, or the one, or the two, right? So in general, 3 pointers made, right? So 3 pointers made in general, Utah is number one, right? This is Utah versus Sacramento. Utah's number one in giving up threes over the course of the season, and Sacramento is number three in giving up threes over the course of the season. You want to look at points. Utah is giving up um, over the course of the season. Sacramento's top 10. Utah's number three. They green and giving up points. They green and giving up assists. Potentials green and threes and 3 point attempts. Right versus this team. And then so Sacramento. When you look at the shooting guard and you're looking at the threes, Sacramento is giving up the most threes to the shooting guard position, and then Utah's number three, right? So long story short, we can see some threes fly, right? Sacramento, I'm not a fan of nobody's defense on Sacramento. So let's get that shit out the way, right? So I feel like this one can be lit in some shape, form, or fashion. But we're dealing with injury. So long story short, let me show you guys what the injuries we're dealing with. So first of all, Utah. Marketing out. Kessler questionable. If Kessler plays, I don't care if his rebounds is at 12 and a half. I'm taking it. Um, Keontae George. He'll be coming off the bench no matter what, right? So letting you see what Keontae George been doing. From beyond the arc, 4 for 14, 5 for 8, 5 for 8, 2 for 7, 3 for 7. He loves to shoot the three. He loves to shoot the three, right? So at the end of the day, his lines aren't out, but here's a guy that we can look at from beyond the arc. He also drops dimes, right? 5 rebounds, 5 assists, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 4 rebounds, 9 assists, 7 rebounds, 10 assists. So at the end of the day, y'all already see what how this can shape up to be. And oh, did I forget about Clarkson? No, I'm not forgetting about Clarkson. One thing about Clarkson, they tanking. They want to keep his ass on the bench, right? So since the 20, the 5th, the 20, since the 12th, he's only played one game since the 12th. But in this time span, he's been on fucking fire, right? 4 for 10 for three, 3 for 7 for three, 3 for 10, 6 for 12, 5 for 8, 3 for 8, 4 for 8, 3 for 8, 4 for 8, 3 for 7, 3 for 5, and the list goes on and on. Um, Another guy, right? Raw points 19, 21, 16, 24, 31, 21, 16, 16, 13. So doesn't mean he's going to hit these props or anything. Doesn't mean that. But I'm just trying to point out the obvious. And oh, we got Collier, which I'm taking the over. I'm taking the over 9.5 assists and plus money for him. So at the end of the day, it's time for me to get to jump back in the assist category. I ducked that left hook right here versus Portland. Portland been playing some defense, and they didn't give him anything to work with. So I had to fade that game. But at the end of the day, give me the over 8.5, 9.5 assists for this kid Collier, man. I think these guys might come out there. Now, Sensabaugh, he can shoot the three. Svi McCallum, he can shoot the three, right? I really hoping Kessler play, right? I want these boys to Utah to come out here and get Sacramento a scare. Now on the flip side, Sacramento, they're fully healthy. They're fully healthy, and I will tell you, I will show you some spots that looked good for these guys. Okay, Monk, his assists are in play, right? I don't know if I'm gonna get there. This game is a good game for same game parlays to me, and that's how I'm probably gonna attack it. Zach Zach Levine, excuse me, I'm sorry. Zach Levine. Two of his last three games, he's hit five threes. Um, at the end of the day, some of his combos look pretty good though, right? So let me see, because they numbers were so low. So some of his combos look good versus what this team's coming. Like the rebounds and assists. Guards have hit the rebounds and assists versus this team at 8.5. 7 of their last 10 games, and Zach Levine is 5 of 10 to this number. This number was 7.5. Now it's at 8.5. Um, DeMar DeRozan, he hit his rebound prop in 8 of his last 10 games, and the 3 points, he's been shooting a three ball, right? 4 of 6, 3 of 6, 1 for 4, 4 of 7, and 2 of 3. One and a half threes for plus 140 right there, right? That's if you want to get to it. It is what it is. But the 3.5 rebounds, he's over this number in 8 of his last 10. And for this threes, the defense is giving this number up 7 of the last 10, and the rebounds at 7 of the last 10. And then if we look at the combos, his combos looked a little bit better than Zach Levine. He's over his rebounds and assists at 7.5 for minus 106. 8 of his last 10 games. The rest of these peripherals here, PRAs, points plus rebounds, points plus assists, he's over 6 of his last 10 games, right? So those are some numbers that, it is what that you can look at. Minutes equal opportunity, so he's definitely going to be out there. He's playing over his last 10 games, he's playing 35 minutes a game. Who is on their bench? Because we won't know. They play the starters a ton over here. Now, um, the rebounds can get a little scarce, right? Especially if Walker Kessler play. The rebounds can get a little scarce around that. So that's something to keep in mind, man. If Walker Kessler play, I probably won't fuck with that shit. I ain't even gonna lie. I probably won't bet it. Now, historically versus Utah, Sabonis had put up a decent amount of points, right? But lately, he ain't been having them super monster rebound totals. Last time these two teams played, Kessler, he went out there and had 14 rebounds versus him, and that's my dog, right? So I can't even be mad, right? So I'm hoping Kessler rebounds come out around 12 and a half. So he had what, 8 points, 14 rebounds, right? Yeah, I'm hoping Kessler rebounds come out around 14, 13, 12 and a half. I'm good with that. I probably won't go farther than that, even though if they give him a chance, he might go out there and out rebound Sabonis. But Sabonis has been putting up points on them though, so it is what it is, right? Good same game parlay atmosphere, if you ask me. So that's how I'm looking at this game. I spent too much time on this game. I'm up to 40 minutes. My lives used to be 2 hours, so it is what it is. So where were we? Isaiah Collier, DeMar DeRozan. Yep, yep. Now, getting over to the San Antonio game, I'm gonna tell you what I like, what I'm gonna like here, right? I got an official play in this one. Devin Vassell, I got him up there. I got him up there because I like the spot for him, right? I got Devin Vassell up there because I like the spot for him, right? I don't want to bet that. I do not, right? I've been talking about him for the last 3 days. He finally went over his assist prop today versus his rebound prop. He finally went over his rebound prop today, but I don't want to bet this. I don't, right? The lines went away, but I'll tell you this, right? Versus Houston, he's hit this rebound prop. It was at 4.5 and 1, 2, 3 straight games, right? And four of his last seven. Um, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of their last 10 games, they've given up that assist. They've given up that assist. See, you can see there you go. There go the green right there. 8 of their last 10 games. Now, that's a spot. Harrison Barnes, he's in a good spot to hit this 3.5 rebounds. Um, Power forwards have hit this 3.5 rebound in 10 of their last 10 games versus this team, right? But I still don't know if I want to bet this shit, right? But when you look in general, um, this guy has went over his rebounds in general in 9 of his last 10 versus in general, right? Harrison Barnes, and then in general, power forwards have went over this number 10 of their last 10 games. And guess what? I'm still probably not betting this shit, right? And then my official play that I got from this game is in the neighborhood, right? But I'm still not betting that, bro. Maybe I might put it on Prospects or something like that, a pick'em site, but I'm still scared. Biombo, I got interest in his rebounds, right? Um, we don't have lines out. I got interest in his rebounds. The last 2 games here that he played 20 minutes or more, 10 he had a double double in both versus, and both of them came versus New Orleans Pelicans. I expect his rebounds to come out at around 6.5 ish. If it's 6.5, I'm taking it. Um, cut to the chase. Cut to the chase here. One good spot here was the assist prop here was a good spot because shooting guards somehow are over the assist prop versus this team in 7 of their last 10 games. And then he's 6 of his last 10 games in general at 4.5 at plus 102. And then versus San Antonio didn't look that good, right? So at the end of the day, that's what I looked at for him. And my official play here would be um, Jabari Smith Jr. over 5.5 rebounds. It's at a one, uh, minus 158 right now. But why I like it is because it's low, right? And I can go somewhere on the books and probably take him up to 8 and probably take him up to 10 because I'm looking for value, man. I'm looking for value, right? And ladder plays. So he could be a ladder candidate in this spot. You'll get 8 rebounds for him at plus 215. You'll get 10 rebounds for him at plus 520. And the double double would be plus 650, right? So, I'll be looking at the rebounds first, then the double double, right? Um, Looking at Jabari Smith here, um, he, he he was dealing with a hand injury, so he wasn't on a minutes limit. First game back February 21st, 38 minutes versus Minnesota, 9 rebounds. Then versus he only had 2 rebounds versus Utah, so that's crazy. On the 22nd, then versus Milwaukee yesterday, he had 8 rebounds in 33 minutes. So the minutes are going to be there, right? And then you look at these, look at these power forwards. They over in 9 of the last 10 games versus this team. San, versus San Antonio Spurs, he's over in 5 of his last 10 games, but um, one, two, three, four, 5 of his last 7. Truth be told, 5 of his last 7. So we will see. Might use Alpha Shengun double double for a parlay piece or something like that, but I'm gonna keep it moving. Um, Philly at New York. Okay. Um, Now here's where it get interesting. I gotta, I gotta, yeah, I got an official play in this one, and it's going to be, I almost had a heart attack when I seen him on the books. On FanDuel, he was the only person, he was the only, he was the only, this was the only book that had him out, man. So I was like, damn, they got Andre Drummond out early. So I took the 7.5 rebounds. You know, I did take him up to 10, and at plus 176, and then I took him this double double. I'm probably gonna take an L on all of it. I don't care at 420, right? And then I'm thinking about just, man, after I plug the rest of these in, I'm thinking about going all the way up to 16, man, straight up. I ain't gonna lie. 14 rebounds at plus 900, 16 at plus 1700. That's one. That's one play. That's one. That's an official play. 7.5. Official. Official. Official like a referee whistle with a whistle, right? So, um, looking at Drummond, Drummond got some. Drummond. Mm, so, um, no Embiid, no no Embiid, and no Yasubeli or whatever his name is. So Embiid out, Yasubeli out. So Drummond, I'm looking at 25 minutes, man. 20, give me 25 minutes. 8 rebounds in 14 minutes against the Bulls. 7 rebounds, 13 minutes versus Boston. Brooklyn, 8 rebounds in 15 minutes. You know what he's capable of. Carl Anthony Towns is questionable. Um, historically versus that team, historically versus that team, let's see, historically versus that team, he's he's had he's had he's had some good numbers, man. He's got 8 rebounds here in 20 minutes, uh, 13 and 16, 16 rebounds here in 30 minutes, and 16 rebounds here last year in 24 minutes, right? Then he played 4 minutes, then he played 18 minutes, right? So it is what it is. Y'all know Drummond, right? Y'all know Drummond, right? Okay, right? So it is what it is with that. Brunson, so some of my filters are still here. Now, I got this filtered without Carl Anthony Towns. This boy is green, right? And we already know this. So what I have this filtered right here is his numbers without Carl Anthony Towns right here, right? And then his numbers without Carl Anthony Towns, he's averaging 22 shot attempts. Now I have it filtered over here to um, 18 field goal attempts or more, right? So when a point guard is taking 18 field goal attempts or more and averaging at 22.5, he's already averaging 22.8 field goal attempts. So we on par. Guards are over their points in the last 10 games, 9 over their threes in 9 of their last 10 games at 2.5 at plus 140. Rebounds over his rebounds at 2.5 in 8 of his last 10 games, right? So it is what it is, right? So I'll put his rebounds over there, whatever you want to get to. Even with Carl Anthony Towns, with Carl Anthony Towns, now with Carl Anthony Towns, he's over his rebound prop in 6 of his last 10 at 2.5 versus Philly. He's over his rebound prop in 9 of his last 10 games at 2.5. So Mikal Bridges looks good, especially from beyond the arc. I put his 1.5 threes as a parlay piece up, and these are numbers without Karl Anthony Towns, right? So don't get it twisted. And then over here, I have it set to um, between 10 and 15 field goal attempts. So between 10 and 15 field goal attempts here, um, people are over their rebounds in 6 of 10. People are over their threes in 5 of 10, and points in 5 of 10. And I won't be playing none of these peripherals, but the peripherals, the points and assists, blah, 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 all that stuff look good. Now, Josh Hart, right? Josh Hart is this is with this is with this is with with this is with Towns, right? Versus Philly. He's got back-to-back triple doubles, right? He's got back-to-back triple doubles this year versus Philly, right? And then when he gets in that power forward slot, we already know that they bad versus power forward. So um, Philly, green, right? In points, rebounds, green, rebound chances, green, assists, green, potential assists, green. I don't care about the threes, right? So I had to go over here to DraftKings. You get this triple double at plus 550 right now. Now without Karl Anthony Towns, he's got one triple double, right? But at the end of the day, the proof is in the pudding when it comes to the power forwards versus this team. And it could. I mean, you're gonna have a. It, I don't know, man. It is what it is. But and then on the flip side, he's averaging 13.3 rebounds in his last 10 games versus Philly, bro. Now, that was the playoffs, right? I think that was the playoffs, and he just was murdering them, man. So, it is what it is, man. At the end of the day, it's a play that could be in play. OG, his 1.5 threes here, and OG is over his rebounds and at 3.5 in 9 of his last 10 games, okay? Versus Philly, right? And 6 of his 10. Now, in general, he's over his rebounds at 3.5 and 6 of his last 10, and over the 1.5 threes in 8 of his last 10 in general. And the rebound prop for Philly, um, people playing his position are over their rebounds at 3.5 in 8 of their last 10 games. Okay, so that's that, right? Hoo-wee. So you can look at Josh Hart 10.5 rebounds, Josh Hart PRAs, um, or Josh Hart triple double, and things of that nature, right? So was that it? I guess that was it. Yeah, that was it. Good stuff. So, um, yes. So, I'm gonna give you guys a quick look here, and first of all, what I'm gonna do here is give this list a haircut. Let's see. I ain't gonna give it no haircut. I'm gonna do like this. I'm gonna do like this. Keyshawn George. I like the spot, right? I like the spot. I probably don't go there. Avija, official play. I'm going there. 11 and a half rebounds and assists. And then Avija, plus 120 for 4.5 assists. I got to try it. I got to try it. Not an official play, but I got to try it. Donovan Clingan, I'm this close to taking this rebounds. Also, on the flip side, got to see if Sarr is in and out. Scotty Barnes, 12 and a half rebounds and assists. It's a lean. Scotty Barnes in a great spot to hit the 7.5 rebounds though. Manuel quickly. I'm going back. I'm going back to the 5.5 assists here. 2.5 threes. I'm gonna go back one more time for that plus 134. Tyrese Halliburton. This is a good parlay piece at a minus 180, 2.5 threes if you want to get there. Naismith, a good spot for rebounds. I probably don't get there. Miles Turner, official parlay piece, 1.5 threes. Parlay piece. Trey Young, 2.5 rebounds. Parlay piece. Trey Young, if you want to get to his rebounds and assists, be my guest. His assists are in play at 10.5. I like that too. SGA, I'm not playing that shit. I'm playing a blowout. Speaking of this game here, if I had to play a prop, I would take that 14 and a half for Chet, but I don't know if I will do that, right? That's just too much blowout risk. James Harden, the Bulls, they give up the number one assist on the season to the point guard position. You can go to 10 if you want to. It's sitting at 8.5 right now. Chris Dunn, he plays too many minutes. You get this 4.5 rebounds for plus 108. I think he hit this in his 4 of his last 5. Kawhi Leonard, 2.5 assists. Parlay piece is in play if you want to use it. Josh Giddey, he's over this number. I think 8 straight games, and I think eight, 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 eight straight. 8 of the last 10 is giving this up to the Clippers. So he's in a good spot to hit 1.5 threes. Bucelis, I probably don't fuck with it, but his points prop sitting at, his rebound prop sitting at 4.5. I probably don't get there. His points plus rebounds, I probably don't get there. Jordan Clark's. Oh, and then I didn't add what's that boy's name? I didn't add they center Zubac. I like the spot for him. His rebound's gonna probably be too high. No, 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 no Vucevic either. 2.5 threes for Jordan Clarkson. Yes, please. Isaiah Collier, 9.5 assists plus 116. Yes, please. DeMar DeRozan is a good spot for rebounds, threes, and rebounds and assists. But I have to see if Kessler's playing. If Kessler's playing, all that shit is. I'm not playing none of that shit. Might play his threes doing plus 170 at 1.5. Same thing applies for Levine. If Kessler's playing, I might not play their rebounds and assists. Devin Vassell, I'm not playing this shit, but he's in a good spot for this assist, a 1.5 assist, and the 3.5 rebounds. But I'm not playing it. Harrison Barnes is in a wonderful spot to hit this 3.5 rebounds, and I'm still scared. Jabari Smith, official play, 5.5 rebounds. I think you can ladder him up to an 8 or a 10. Jabari Smith, you can look at his points plus rebounds. Tyrese Maxey is self-explanatory. If he's on, he's going to ball. 3.5 rebounds is a good spot for him, but I might not get there. But points and threes, you know what he does. If you want to get to it, get to it. Go ahead. Official play, 7.5. Oops, I put points right there. That's supposed to be rebounds. It's supposed to be rebounds. You can look at the double-double. You can take him up to 16. I like the play. Jalen Brunson, good spot for him. Hits 2.5. It's a parlay piece. Rebounds. Mikal Bridges, 1.5 threes. Parlay piece. Josh Hart, triple-double. Back-to-back games versus this team. He's got a triple-double. He's averaging 13 rebounds versus this team in his last 10. That should be all you need to know. OG, 1.5 threes. Good spot. OG, 3.5 rebounds. Good spot. Official plays again. Um, official plays again. Official plays 5.5 assists for quickly. Um, uh, 11.5 rebounds and assists for Avdija, right? Um, 7.5 rebounds for Drummond, and nine and a half assists for Collier, 8.5 assists for Harden, and 5.5 rebounds for um, Jabari Smith Jr. Jabari Smith Jr. and Drummond ladder candidates. Peace out, man. Just made it the 1 hour mark.